although he's just a few years into this thing. You know, maybe would have more belts if when the age was 16. He had to wait until he was 18 years old before he could start competing. So just in the last 2 years, he's been in 7 of the 8 majors that we've had. You know how much he's won, and he's certainly one of the players to have to beat out here.
Yeah, I mean, this young man is the future. When you think of competitive gaming and the model for who you want to be, you think Drini Joka, sponsored by Complexity Gaming, able to do this full-time, has won 2 championship belts. And to me, I think the most impressive thing about his resume is this is a young man that has qualified for every live event that he's had the opportunity to qualify besides one. He's had the opportunity to qualify for 8 of them. He's done it 7 times. That's as impressive as it gets.
What can you tell us about Big Time and what kind of chance he's got here? Guy that's older guy in the community, married, and this is the guys I'm talking about. Hey, can I go out for one weekend and see if I can beat a Drini? Well, here's your moment right now.
Yeah, if you're Big Time, this is a tough draw, especially if it's your first matchup, but this is where you want to be. You want to test yourself. You want to play the best. Well, guess what? You got a chance right now to play the best.
Of course, Drini, a part of Complexity. They make their home here in Dallas, Texas. You know the connection they have to the Cowboys. Of course, we're just around the block here in Arlington, Texas, from where they call home. And here we go. First time we've seen the Carolina Panthers. Not the first time they've been used here in the tournament, but the first time we have seen them. And they'll start and get ready for the Christian McCaffrey show along with Cameron Newton.
The cool thing here, you got Drini playing with the Patriots, and he's usually known as a run-first type player, but you got to wonder what type of offense does he have cooked up with Tom Brady at the helm. Remember, Brady gives any guy that you hot route 4 additional hot route options, so it really opens up the offensive possibilities. I can't wait to see what he's doing.
He'll go to the
on the offensive side of the ball.
Newton able to get away from one, extending the play, and it looks like he'll pick up 6 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 4.
And when I think of Drini, not only is he so talented and do everything right from a strategic point of view, but the way he approaches competitive gaming. This is a young man at, before he's even turned 21 years old. I believe he's 19, 20 years old tops right now. This is a young man that's gotten a major sponsorship in Complexity Gaming. He streams, he does YouTube videos, He's won belts, and at such an early age, that's so impressive. The sky is the limit for this young man.
And there's McCaffrey. Had some space, but couldn't get away. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. By the way, I love the Cam Newton hot route. Where he's like, go deep. One of the few players that have
the little point.
Yeah, some custom animations. 3rd and 5. More in motion, play action, and he'll wheel it up, and McCourty's going to have 6. Oh, goodness. Drini, 3 plays in, hasn't even touched the football on offense, and he's already got a touchdown.
And right what I was gonna say it right as that pass was thrown is watch how quick his reaction time is, Scott. When I talked about the old man stick earlier in the show, Drini doesn't have any of those problems. As soon as the quarterback even cocks back his arm to begin to throw, Drini's already clicking onto that defender, trying to cut underneath. And if you want to see something really cool, pay attention to that on defense. Just watch how able and willing he is to quickly click on and make the play himself, whether it's a pick, a tackle. It's very impressive. It's one of those small things that separates the men from the boys. And Drini's definitely a full-grown man when it comes to clicking on.
So we got Drini, Go, Serious Mo, all playing right now with this very moment. And let's see if Big Time changes something up here. That ain't good. That's going to be a loss of 3. You're playing against one of the best defenders, especially user defenders in Madden football.
Mixing up his
playing
coverage.
the champ.
Playing the champ, mixing up his coverages. He came out in that 3-4 odd on 1st down, gets a loss of down, goes to that nickel formation, gives a new look.
Newton able to use his legs. Make it third and manageable here from the 29-yard line.
And if you're Big Ty, you got to be willing to take that. Drini, you're going to have to show him that you are willing to take that before he does something like that. A lot of players don't have that type of discipline. It'll be interesting to see if Big Ty's willing to go back to that well of scrambling with Cam Newton.
If you're not, then why did you choose the Panthers? That's one of their strengths. Newton here on third down. Has X wide open, nice read, and Samuel will get close to midfield. Just his second pass of the game. Both were completed, though. One to McCourty and now one to Samuel.
See what you did there. That was a nice play. Good pocket. Drini had a spy on the field that took away some of the pressure he was sending, and Big Time taking advantage of it.
He's going to hurry up here. 2nd and 7. I formation. Now the receivers in close here at the 48-yard line. Plus territory. And Big Time will drop it down to Moore.
Is it Big Time? Is it Bigtymenu?
I think it's Big Time in you.
Big Time.
But hey, it could be Big Thank You Menu. Thank You Menu.
Well, here's the thing.
Big
if he
time
wins the
me
game,
and you.
he'll have the opportunity to correct us. It's a
Third and
task,
3.
though.
Needs 3 yards here at the 44. Newton, quick throw. Christian McCaffrey will hold on. Just like that, he strings a couple first downs together.
And remember, McCaffrey has that running back apprentice ability, so when you hot route him out of the backfield, he gets those 4 additional hot routes, and that Texas route that he just threw right there is one of them. So you could pretty much get McCaffrey on a Texas route out any passing play in this playbook. And that's tough to stop.
I think Kamara is another guy that put on those angle routes. 2nd and 7 now at the 37. Cam.
Oh,
He's
no.
gonna be dropped. Big time losses. Collins able to get to the QB.
Can't go from a 2nd and 7 to a 3rd and 18 against Drini. Look for Drini to send the goons right here. Lurk like an animal. And put Big Ty in an awkward position.
Dollar defense here on 3rd and 18.
Looks like he's playing coverage. Yeah, it's coverage defense. Oh, what a dart! Oh,
and McCourty somehow gets there. He threw a bullet pass and it needed a little touch.
The difference, Scott, if he just led that up with the left stick and put everything he had into it, he probably has a touchdown there. Doesn't put all the mustard he needs, and what do we tell you about Drini clicking on making plays?
I'm telling you, bullet pass ain't it. Especially that late into a wheel route. And Sony Michel, former Georgia Bulldog, will rumble down to the 23, and that'll end the first quarter. 7-0. That was Drini's first offensive play.
I mean, this is a young man, and only 2 seasons of playing Madden football. He's already accumulated around $200,000 in MCS career earnings, and he's not even 21 yet, Scott.
Hands it off to Michel. Get a good block, and he'll get to the edge. You said he's a runner. I don't know why he's picked the Patriots. Maybe it's like we're talking about something serious. Using the Chiefs, they got a weak defense, but when you're this good at using, and especially the run game, you see with the Patriots, not strong, but in the hands of Drini, pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's going to be able to mix in plenty of passing plays when he needs to due to Tom Brady and that hot route ability, and you hit it right on the head, Scott. He's so good with the stick work. He doesn't need an elite level running back because he's going to be able to get it done with the Sony Michels or the James Whites. I mean, with the good showing in this tournament, I'm pretty sure he's going to clear $200,000. Is that what I got here? He's at $197,000 in career earnings, Scott. just unbelievable.
Take a look at it again. Stretch play, and then he'll stretch his legs into the end zone. That's too easy. 2 plays leads to the score. He already had a pick 6 on the opening drive for big thank you menu. Big time.
If you're playing with the Panthers, one thing that I always tell people that play with them, you gotta mix in is those new delayed hot routes on the tight end where you put them on a block and release route, and you can tell them to release by pressing the A button, Scott. You wanna do that with Greg Olsen because what determines how fast they're gonna react to your release is their awareness rating, and Olsen has 93 awareness. So he could really take advantage of it, but no dice right now for Big Ty. I wasn't able to give him that speech before this game, unfortunately. I don't know if it would have helped.
3rd and 19. No scores going on or around our featured matches. You're not missing anything yet, except for Drini putting on a show so far. Newton steps, throws, picked off by Stephen Gilmore.
He's just clicking on so fast, Scott.
And it is a touchdown, Superman! And it's 20-0. That's why they call him the champ.
These are plays that if he's not clicking on like that, they're not getting intercepted. But his reaction time is just at such an elite level. I just, as you know, a Madden purist who's always appreciated that type of thing, it's just so fun for me to watch.
21-0 for complexity zone. Drini. Sure.
There's some action on the floor right now. They are going crazy over one of those games.
Is that goes? Who? No, that's not goes.
I don't know what happened off stream, but it is nuts in the venue right now. I love it.
Goes is up on the big stage, and somebody, like somebody had lifted somebody up on their shoulders over there, like they were carrying him off the field.
Oh, that's good stuff.
See that Snickers replay.
Sure, they'll capture a lot of that in that CW special that we'll see on the Madden Classic.
What do you think Big Time was thinking when he's like, now who do I have in my first matchup? Yeah, you're playing this kid named Drini.
There you go.
There's McCaffrey.
You're Big Time. Take advantage of this, man. There's no expectations for you to win this game. And it's not every day you get a chance to play the best. Like we said, Scott, I can't go out there and catch a pass from Tom Brady. You show up to the Madden Classic, you definitely have a chance to play the defending champion, and that's what Big Time's going through right now. You have to use it as a learning experience.
21-0. 2nd and 7. Tries to stiff arm his way, maybe got a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 7 at the 46-yard line. He's been able to move the ball a little bit on these last couple drives, but when he's had to go to the air and passing downs, the arm of Newton has let him down.
I'm not sure if they're enforcing skunk rule here, Scott, but back in my day when you played, once you went down 21.
Up top, he got him! And he caught him sleeping. Big Time says, not yet, Drini, not yet.
Yeah, he told me to stop talking about the skunk rule, Archie. I'm alive. That's a big play right there. But yeah, back in my day, if you go down 21 and you don't respond the way Big Time just did, game's over. If you don't get points after you're down 21 on that drive, they would call it a skunk, and
next.
You're off the sticks. But Big Time with a big play right there, and that's got to feel good, even if you are down 27, to go up and get yourself a nice touchdown against the champ.
Nowadays, you get the message, your connection to the opponent has been lost.
Yeah. And, you know, the word pro, Madden pro, or pro gamer, it gets thrown around loosely a lot of the time. In my opinion, Drini is a true pro. Like I said, the full-time sponsorship with Complexity, he's collecting a check whether he wins here or not. And you know what? He has the credentials to back it up, does the YouTube thing. It really is just phenomenal to see, and especially at his young age.
Yeah, the owner of Complexity, Jason Lake, about 1.5 to 2 years ago, I can share this now, reached out to me on Twitter. We've known each other since Counter-Strike 1.3. I'm talking all the way back in the basement ballroom of the Hyatt Regency here in Dallas in the early 2000s. But he was like, hey, I'm thinking about picking a Madden player. Who's a young guy that I should pick up? And I said, if you can get Drini, you should get him. About 2 years later, here he is with complexity, based, as I said, here in Dallas.
And he delivered. They signed him last year, and in his first year, he went on, not only won that Cowboys Club championship, represented them, but then went on to win that Madden Bowl, got his second belt.
He's been successful, and they've certainly invested back into that success. 21-7 here. 3rd and 5. If Big Time can get a stop here,
could be back.
Could be interesting.
Let's go Big Time. And remember with Drini, Scott, he was an overtime game away. If he beats Tobin in that challenge, he's tied with Mike Skimbo with 3 belts.
Will we find another Tobin this weekend here in Dallas?
And you saw Drini right there hit that RB and cover the ball like we talked about right before the impact. True pro's pro.
A timeout here in the second quarter. 2 remaining now for Drini. I think he accidentally hurried up into a spike ball formation, so he'll use a timeout with 55 seconds to go. Ball at the 46. Up under center is Tom Brady.
This wing formation's nice. It has a dive, a stretch, and a pitch play.
Right there, 54, right there.
Very good running formation right here. Madden 20.
Resets Gordon.
Oakland playbook.
And hands it off to Michelle, and Sony will get to the 48-yard line. 2 yards shy of midfield, 2nd and 9. It's Poe on the tackle. 40 seconds to go, and Drini still
I think he's
got the clock on the move.
He's playing for the 3, Scott. He wants to be able to get himself in field goal range, make it the last possession, make this 3-possession ball game.
Remember, he gets the ball to start the second half. I'm sure that's on his mind as well. Couple substitutions. See Philip Dorsett maybe making his debut at wideout here in this game. And also has the big Ben Watson in there now.
I could imagine what kind of dot he's about to cook up right here. Look at Big Time controlling this corner on the left side of the screen. You don't see that every day.
Brady here on 3rd and 7, low throw, and Gordon will hang on, and there's a timeout. We're gonna have some huge highlights at halftime with James, and both Serious Mo, his matchup, also goes, is playing Phenom right now, and we'll have all those here at the half as diabolical for that run. That's the only way to describe it, RG.
No, he wants to spike it. Good call right there. He gets to the spike. He's professional. Oh, he did the fake by accident.
And even the champ makes mistakes.
Bro.
The response to that is bro. At the half, Drini, 21, Big Time 7. Let's head over to James Coe.
Scott, thank you. All these belt winners, they're handling business, baby. They're forcing shutouts all over the place. How about this? Serious Mo playing as his favorite team, actually, the Dallas Cowboys. You see that run by Zeke made it 7-0. Would force another turnover on downs, and then Zeke with another touchdown, make it 14-0. This is Goes playing as the LA Rams. Gurley makes it 14-0 on that touchdown run. Goes actually got on the board with a 45-yard Gurley touchdown run. So there you go. All these belt winners handling business right now, forcing shutouts all over the place. Back to Scott and RG. Gentlemen, take it away.
Well, it's tough to decide which matchup's better right now, and Drini's going to get the ball to start this second half if he can push it downfield. But what a rare mistake from Drini with a fake spike. That cost him 3.
Yeah, he might. I believe if you hold the X button, that's when you go to the fake spike. To get to the actual spike, you got to hold the B button after the play ends. I wonder if it was a mental mistake. He seems surprised about it. I got to ask him about that one later. I don't know what happened there. Rare mistake, though.
Only Dan Marino thought that was a good idea to close out the half. 21-7. As I mentioned, Drini will start with it first. but he was looking to double dip the chip. A little field goal, a little opening drive in the second half, and in this ball game. High formation, stretched it out with Sutton. He gets a block. Has a man to beat, try to cut it back. And he'll be dropped at the 43, 1st and 10.
The way he hits his running lanes, it's just, he's so efficient with everything he does.
Double tied in once again. He's starting to chew this clock, by the way. 10 carries for 99 yards and a touchdown.
And if you're Drini at this point, Scott, I should call it out. You're going to try to get through this game with showing as little as your offense as possible. You know everyone's going to go back, watch the tape on you because you're just that good. They're going to scout you. So if you're Drini, you really want to do as little as you can to finish this game and, save a lot of your dots and, high-powered offensive plays for later in the tournament when you really, really may need them. So just look for him to run this ball, milk that clock, and try to get this game over with as quickly as possible.
Well, this time it's James White. Different running back, similar result. New set of downs at the 43. Back to Sonny Michel. Wrapped up at the 42. He has hit the century mark on the day for Michel. And it's 2nd and 9. Drini trying to make his title run defense. Last year's champ. The overall champ in Madden NFL 19. Of course, Skimbo trying to repeat this tournament for the 3rd year in a row, win the Classic.
Win his 4th belt. Could you imagine if we somehow saw a Drini Skimbo final? Skimbo going for his 4th belt, Drini looking to catch Skimbo and get his 3rd belt. I mean, that's pay-per-view status right there. And it could happen.
It could happen.
Skimbo, it could happen. I mean, they're that good.
Skimbo will sit down with Evan in our Fuel the Grind series. Coming up a little later on us. Be interested to see what the 3-time champ has to say about coming in to Madden 20. Michel this time runs it the opposite way. Kinkley, hello.
And again, covering the ball right there, Scott. Simply just holding that RB button as soon as he smells any danger, and it saves him right there. What could have potentially been a fumble had he not been holding that RB button.
Michel once again can't get away this time. 15 carries for 117 yards as Thompson in on the stop, forcing a 3rd down, but that'll take us to the 4th quarter. There's no reason to snap it here.
And he just took away the whole 3rd quarter without throwing one pass. Talk about saving your good stuff for later in the tournament. This is efficiency, Scott.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 3, and Big Time's already picked his defense. He went into a goal line defense. If I'm Drini, I come out 5 wide. See what he does. He needs 3. And they will stop him at the 26. And he knows how big this field goal is.
Yeah, he's going to kick this field goal. I'm almost positive he's going to make it. And now he's just going to play coverage on defense. Look for him to sit back. Again, not show too much of his hand on defense, much of what he's got.
He's going to run this clock, but this is a good time to show that, see where that A button is. He is going to be an accurate kick. He has no qualms about this getting blocked, and it's up and it's good.
Yep, and you see that text right there, accurate kick. If you get it in that meter that Scott just called out, that's when you hit the accuracy threshold, you get that accurate kick text, and once you see that text, you know there was no chance for them to block your kick unless someone finds some scum tactic that we're not aware of, which I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, and the first time it ever happens, you'll know about it immediately.
Yeah, if somebody gets a kick block and it says accurate kick, you know something's not kosher there.
1st and 10 at the 25. And it looks like in our trio of matches here, all the former belt winners are holding court. Drini actually only one that's given up points, and that was on a long bomb to Moore.
You know, serious Mo. If I'm Complexity, that's another guy I may look at. He's a true Cowboys fan. I mean, his middle name is Dallas, Zach Dallas Lane. He's one of the top players for the last several years. There's a ton of Madden players I'm surprised that just haven't gotten those real deal sponsorships yet, Scott. Because there's a lot of free agent talent out here in the community.
And that will fall as an incomplete pass. That sounds like a card shark. Oh, Dallas Lane.
I mean, you got Mo's a free agent. I believe Young Kiv, Ghost. I mean, there's real deal players. If you're at Esports Oregon and you're looking to find yourself a Madden player, there is plenty of elite guys to go after. Strafing.
And there's some advantage.
Pavin, Blocky. There's just so many of them.
Here's Cam Newton, and that's going to be a turnover on down. So let's check in once again with James Coe.